All right, Cubs fam, how is everyone doing today? I hope you guys had a great holiday. We've been taking a break on YouTube, both for the holidays and because most unfortunately I've wound up with COVID-19. But today, in today's video, even though I'm not feeling great, we're here to talk about the most overrated characters in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. That's right. There's going to be salt in the comments. Are you guys ready for this? I'm ready for salt in the comments. Go ahead, punch it, Chewie. All right, so let me remind you guys that we are on a channel quest here to hit 50,000 subscribers. We are about 100 subscribers away from this. My goal was to hit this milestone in 2020, and we got 3 days, guys. 3 days left of this year. So go ahead and hit that sub button. Let's see if we can get 100 more subs in this year, and then we will have a big freaking celebration for 50 subs in 2020. We're coming down the last wire here, or the last minute. I don't know what the phrase is. You know what? Let's just get into this list. You guys know what to do. Grievous is the first overrated character on this list. Now, this is one I am intentionally putting him here because I do think he's overrated. Now, let me talk about why, and I'm going to tell you guys which lens I'm considering this from. I'm almost exclusively looking at this from a Grand Arena perspective, both to simplify the list and because I feel like that's where maybe more people in this game get their excitement. Now, if you want a list that goes after the entire game mode, you tell me what your list is down below. That's just how I'm gonna do it today, just for kicks and giggles. You know, it's the end of the year. I've got the Rona. I'm just having fun here, guys. And so, no need to get actually butthurt, but you guys could go down and do salty comments if you want. You guys are always gonna do it. But let me tell you why I think Grievous is overrated. Grievous almost always uses a defensive character. And if you know how to hit him right, you can get 60 banners almost every time. If you go against him with Jedi Revan, it's very easy to learn how to hit him correctly. You get the mods right, you can stall harder, which is something I've been able to do on several occasions. And if you throw Jedi Knight Luke in there as well, it's almost a guaranteed 60 banners. Now, you could say that if you're drawing out those characters, it's a win, sure. But as far as what's he doing other than drawing out Jedi Revan, not a whole lot on defense. Now, on offense, you could make an argument. You can use Grievous on offense pretty well right now. And I would say be careful. I like using him on offense, but what I don't like about it is it's almost always a low banner match. Grievous eats his own team. It's very difficult to make it out of an offensive battle with Grievous with everyone still having protection. And so when you're looking at the banner game, Grievous is somebody that people are very accustomed to attacking. If they know what they're doing, they got a high probability of getting high banners against Grievous. If you use him on offense, high probability you're going to get lower banners on offense, which is why I think he's overrated. All right, let's get to the next one. Brood Alpha. This is very similar to Grievous. Now, the caveat that I will add to this is I do think that bugs can be used on offense, and depending on who they're going against, they can probably manage some high banners. Mostly they're used on defense right now, and it's autopilot now, guys. You can use Traya against bugs, no problem. Traya's not even that good anymore. You can use Palpin Vader and underman things and get really high banners. They're just not that threatening anymore. And I'm putting Brood Alpha here, but truth be told, I'm probably considering all of the bugs in this overrated category. I just don't think bugs pack the punch they used to. You're probably going to want to take them off defense, in my opinion. I don't really place them on defense. And in most offensive attacks, I don't use my Brood Alpha on offense either. I will use him from time to time, but there's just not much value there for me anymore. Now, that's not to say that you shouldn't farm them. I should make that clarification here. There's plenty of reason to still farm these characters, but I don't think they're as good as they once were. All right, Mon Mothma up next on the list. Now, this is the most disappointing character I'm putting here. I don't think she's hard to beat on defense at all, as long as you know how to attack her. You got to get a lot of damage out in a short amount of time so that you avoid those revives, etc. Not very challenging to do. There's a lot of teams that can do it. Anti-assisting mechanics are very easy to handle as well. Treya is going to be a great opportunity to handle that and absorb that pretty well. I actually used Grievous to beat her today, and he ate his banners. Didn't do as great on banners as I would have liked him to do as per usual, but there's a lot of options here as long as you learn how to attack her. What made Mon Mothma really good on defense at first, I think, is a lot of people just didn't quite understand how to attack her. Once we learned that, I think her use became a lot less important in the game, and I don't really see much offensive viability for her at this point. Now, I think it's still worth putting her on defense because some people will still probably trip up against Mon Mothma, but I'm noticing with my own relic Mon Mothma, I saw a lot of holds at the beginning, and I'm seeing almost no holds right now with my Mon Mothma. In fact, in this last Grand Arena, in the round of 3, which I won, by the way, not one of my opponents dropped a battle against Mon Mothma. So, Mon Mothma in on the list. Now, next up, we have got Mother Talzin, and I'm just gonna say that all of the Nightsisters are going to fit in on this. Talzin is probably just the character that I'm going to include as the example character here. Nightsisters are a notorious defensive team in Grand Arena, and their value comes from all of the revives, all the plague, and so many assists and so many mechanics coming at you to trip you up. And we all know how to deal with this now. I don't think Nightsisters are that good of a defensive team anymore unless you've got really god tier Nightsisters, and I just don't feel like it's that advised to go after Nightsisters right now. I don't think many people are farming them. Now, Nightsisters can also beat Grievous on offense. That's a great use for them. But I feel like there's plenty of other teams that do that. I don't really need my Nightsisters to beat Grievous. I don't really feel gypped with what I currently use to beat Grievous, needing Nightsisters. That said, if you use them, if you have a great Nightsister team, I think it's probably best to shuffle them off the defensive side of things and use them to beat Grievous, and then save your Jedi Revan for something else. There's value there. None of these characters are without value, but I just think she's overrated now. I just don't think that the Nightsisters are as good as they once were. Everybody knows how to beat them. You know, you gotta have healing. You gotta have the right damage. Bounty hunters are very, very valuable, and a lot of people are farming bounty hunters. You know, you got Mando who can just disintegrate them, Boba Fett who can execute them, and there's so many options for dealing with them. I just don't feel like Nightsisters are what they used to be. So, Nightsisters / Mother Talzin here, coming in at number 4. Now, the last one on the list. You guys ready for this? Nest. Now, I'm gonna trigger my boy Clash on this one. And I'm gonna say right now, I'm actually farming Nest right now. So let me just illustrate that this is not a no farm list. I'm just talking about characters that I think are overrated. And I think Nest is overrated. She used to be really good. If you didn't know how to attack Nest, it's these characters with all these mechanics that are hard to beat, but once you learn how to beat them, they lose their luster. They lose their luster. And with Nest, everybody knows how to beat Nest now. She's not a problem. Now, if you got like a high relic Nest, maybe she could trip you up, but odds are you're going and approaching Nest with the right mindset. You know how to beat her. You've got the damage to beat her, or you've got a character that can do some kind of instant defeat, Nihilus, Mando, something like that. Or you're using her on offense. Hey, thanks for the sub. We are recording this live. So anyway, from an offensive perspective, she may have more value, and that's something I want to talk about with Nest, is she works very good with Beskar Mando. And so I think that's probably where her value would be right now in this game. But there's other options as well that I think work just as good, if not better. So Nest, very good. She's got the AoE days. I just don't feel like Nest is quite as valuable as she used to be, especially from a defensive perspective. If we're talking about her from offense, then maybe not so much. But I think most people view her as a defensive character. So anyway, those are my 5 characters that I think are the most overrated characters in Galaxy of Heroes. Nest, Talzin, Mon Mothma, Brood Alpha, and Grievous. On a scale of 1 to 10, how high is your salt flowing right now? Let me know down in the comments below. And tell me who your most overrated characters are in this game. Don't tell me my list is wrong. Tell me what your list is, and let's compare and contrast. All right, everyone, thank you so much for joining me for this video. I'm sorry, I'm trying to keep my voice in. I'm trying to keep my energy high, but this virus is quite literally kicking my butt. So I hope that I will be back to 100% as soon as possible. I will be trying to get you guys videos every single day if I can still, but I might slow down a little bit. And we also missed Rogue Actions. I know a lot of you guys talked to me, you missed Rogue Actions this morning. Heinzie and I will be getting together to record Rogue Actions for this week as soon as possible. It was just very, very difficult based on my my health. So anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me, and as always, my brothers, don't forget,